Hello, dear friends. Greetings on ALLATRA TV Middle East. And we are happy to see our viewers today. And we are happy to announce that we have amazing guests today with us. But before we introduce them, I would like to tell you that we are with Sergey today. Hi, Sergey. How are you?
Hi, Lina. Hello, everyone.
Yes, and it's a nice and beautiful day in Dubai. And for those who joined us for the first time today, I would like to inform you that the volunteers of the international public movement ALLATRA have launched a unique project which is called Creative Society. This is a worldwide international project where we ask all people on Earth how they envision creative and constructive society, such a society where every human being is happy, where everybody feels secure. And in order to ask every human being on Earth, we decided to use the theory of 6 handshakes. And I would like to pass a word to Sergey to explain about this theory.
Thank you, Alina. Yeah, the theory is very simple. Basically, it states that all people all over the world are connected via 6 handshakes. So basically, we are all like one big family. And as a proof that this theory is really working, our today guest, we get to know from our common friend from Algeria, who also participated in one of our live streams.
Amazing. That's really awesome. And just before we start, I would like to ask you, dear viewers, feel free to leave your comments and ask your questions below this video on our YouTube channel. And the most interesting questions for our guests will be asked during today's broadcast. And so we are ready to start.
Okay, let's go then. Please welcome our amazing guest today. We have with us Yasmine Touati Tliba from Algeria. Hello, Yasmine.
Hello, thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
Welcome. We have Sara Taguemount, also from Algeria. Hello, Sara.
Hello, Sergey.
Hi, Sara.
I hope I pronounced your names correct. Sorry for some misspellings. Also, we will have Angel Zaruma from Ecuador joining us after some time. So welcome, girls, to our live conversation. And it's a great pleasure to have you here with us. As always, we are very curious about countries that our guests are from. And I think if Angel will take some time, so let's check first some photos of Algeria that we found on internet, and then we will see some requests. So right now we will see also some photos. So if you ladies know some familiar places, or if you have some comments, go ahead, share with us. Some beautiful architecture and design.
Castle. I know that castle. It's in Algiers.
Oh, it's a castle.
Yeah.
Wow, very beautiful. I saw one video that even like in usual homes, you have architecture like that.
Exactly.
Very beautiful. It's like a mixture of modern architecture and palms and nature. Very.
It's
beautiful.
a Mediterranean coast, right?
Yes.
It's
The
very
north.
beautiful.
Actually, the pictures are from the Algerian capital, Algiers. Most of the pictures.
This is the Algerian desert.
Algerian desert.
Wow.
I'm originally from here, yes.
So beautiful.
Very beautiful. Mixture of culture and contemporary life.
Algeria is a North African Maghrebian country, and it has a long history. know, and it's very diverse. It has so many ethnicities. And alongside history, we have seen how Algerian culture had been really mixed with other cultures to create the diversity of today.
And what's the most beautiful tradition of your country? What do you think?
Well, that's a really difficult question to answer, actually, because Algeria is a multicultural country. We've got a lot of traditions, like countless of traditions. And the good thing about Algeria is that it is so diverse that two parts of Algeria can be similar, like very different.
That's awesome, really amazing.
I would like to agree to what Yasmine had said. Algeria is very diverse. And for example, if you go from a city to another, you'll see a different slang, probably some different traditions, different food, different way of clothing. So it's all the cities of Algeria, all its history had gotten us to the Algeria of today, the diverse, multicultural Algeria.
So it's like similar, like in India, let's say you can move from state to state and it will be like mini country inside country, right?
Exactly like this.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, then let's have a look also on Ecuador. Hopefully Angel will join us sometime soon. But let's see some photos since we started already.
It's not that close.
Another part of the world. Oh wow.
Wow. Awesome.
It's also like a mixture of wild nature and cathedrals.
Traditions.
Yeah. Modern architecture. Very interesting. In some photos, like the photographer manages to, to pause this, atmosphere of the country.
Especially at the times we are now, it's very nice to travel, at least this way.
Yeah, true.
The beauty of countries like Algeria and Ecuador and North Africa in general, and it lays in the fact that these countries are original and at the same time they have this touch of modernity in their culture. So, for example, in the city of Tliba, you can really see the traces of Romans, and which is something very, very beautiful, and it adds a spirit of authenticity to the country.
Awesome. And speaking about traditions, the topic of our today's conversation is role of technology and media in creative society. So basically, it's not at all about the traditions, and it's about modern life. It's about the influence of technology and media on our life. And we are very happy that today we can discuss this topic with you.
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic as for me. So let's explore the topic of media first of all. Yasmine, you are a journalism and communication student, as far as I know, and I'd like to ask your opinion on how you see media in creative society.
Yes. So talking about media, I always have like this negative vision of media on today's society. So as we know, like there's been a lot of talk about today's society, like the transition from the industrial society to the information and knowledge society. Like people now see the importance of information and knowledge rather than the natural resources and industrial factors. So as we know, like information and knowledge are clearly important in today's society, but it's a different framework. Like today's society is mainly about creative society. Creativity plays a big role in that. So back to the media and its effect on the society, I believe that people have lost the ability to focus and be creative in many, many spectrums. like rather be innovative and create. So it has essentially created a generation of individuals, as they call it, like literally a generation of individuals. And these individuals who are easily shaped into following trends, not setting them, and not allowing free thought. Like people have begun to work towards of being influencers, as they call it in social media, like influencers to be liked and followed. Or like everyone is now unique, but the irony is in the statement, like everyone is unique, and the media hasn't allowed to, is not helping to show this part of people. So that's what I would love to mention about the media.
This is probably like like a backdraw of consumer in society. So like
Exactly.
we have what you mentioned, like negative aspects in media, in society, and like people, in social behaviors, pretending to be someone but not actually being someone, or really believing in that posts and they're posting on, and like not following them in practical life. But I'd like to ask you, like from your like student experience, from your life experience, can you give us some example when you chose to share a positive information instead of negative information, and which impact it had later on?
Yes.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, so the media tends to share information like as they are, with objectivity. That's the main thing about the media. But the thing is, like, in my personal point of view, it's very difficult for me to share whatever is negative. So I'd rather not go to the negative side. Whenever for example, I have to share a negative thought or a negative information, if I have the chance to avoid it, I'd rather avoid it. So in my personal experiences, I always avoid, for example, sharing death news to my family members. So I'd rather avoid them and let maybe a wiser person, because I don't consider myself that wise to share these. So I'd rather let a wiser person share this and this, especially, like I said, death news.
Thank you so much, Yasmine. Thank you. Yeah,
You're
and
welcome.
anyway, media is the strongest tool of today. There is no stronger tool than media, and that would be also very interesting to know your opinion, Sara, about media in a creative society. How do you envision it?
I actually envision the media in creative society as a source of reliable information. The media should be giving people statistics, and it should be really emphasized on critical thinking and creative thinking and smart thinking. So basically, in order to be able to treat a topic, the media should be having all the information about it and all reliable information transmitted to people. And the second thing is that they need to have expert analysis, because nowadays we really see that topics are being treated by people who are not really expert in that field, and any person can get any kind of information and use it. So we need to make that the information that we are giving to people, they're gonna use them for good. And in order to be comfortable with ourselves, we need to ensure that these information are reliable and they are real, and this is the actual situation. What is it about? And I totally believe in media for good. I don't know if today's media is really emphasizing on that or not, because we see that different channels speak about different facts and different point of views. But I'm going to give my opinion about creative society. I want to see a society where the media is really powerful, and it's really using the platform that they transfer a voice from it for good. We use it to spread tolerance, we use it to spread humanistic values, and we use it to emphasize, as I said before, on critical thinking and knowledge, and the importance of actively participating in society, and in probably changing your society and being an effective member in society. Because I do believe that changing individual, or at least creating awareness in the individual mind, you are creating people that tomorrow are going to be leaders, tomorrow are going to be making decisions. So it's better to start from an individual level, and you create this awareness of tolerance and harmony. This will generate, like, if these people do not apply it instantly, that will generate thinking in their subconscious mind. And within time, things are going to change step by step. I believe that any change in society can be done by either two approaches, top down or bottom up. Bottom up, which means that people, they won't change. People, they step up and they start changing things from their individual perspective, which is a very important approach, because I believe it to be the most performant one, because you can control yourself and no one can control you better than yourself, and you can think, you can express your thoughts, and it's up to you to act. And the other way, it is top down, which means it comes from the media, it comes from government. In today's society, we see that the bottom up approach is not really being emphasized on. Individuals, they need some awareness creation, they need to be put into the spectrum of some certain aspects, for example, humanistic values. So I believe that nowadays the media should step up and take this role of spreading tolerance and diversity and harmony between people. Because nowadays I don't know you and you don't know me, but you can see a person who look like me in the media and assume that I am like that person, and that will create barriers between us. So the barriers in communication, barriers in us knowing each other, and especially barriers in us coexisting. So I believe that today, in today's society, in order to reach creative society, and in creative society, the media should be a media for good and informative media that shares reliable information for the people and motivate critical thinking, free thinking, and smart and creative thinking. Thank you.
Really awesome. Thank you so
Amazing.
much.
Thank you,
And
Sara.
as we see nowadays that platforms like this, they already exist, and we see more and more good examples. The media can play an important role in uniting people. And the project Alatra TV is one of those projects which really can unite all people who want to speak up, who want to change our society for the better. And thank you so much, Sara, for your understandings. And that's true. Media in a creative society can do a lot of good for people.
Yes, and the best part is that Alatra TV that Alina mentioned, it's totally volunteer TV. It's basically a new concept of media, people for people, and where everyone understands what Sara said, their responsibility, that what you are sharing to people, because we are all responsible. We are shaping like Sara said, the society that we live in by the information that we are either accepting or sharing with others. So,
I may interject to what you said, please. Actually, I've heard once a journalist who said, and that really triggered me. He said, in the meaning of, maybe you're not the person who will do the harm, but you may be the person who motivated doing it. So we may not be the person who directly hurt people, who directly do violent acts, but we may be the people who are motivating these actions. So we need to be responsible for what I totally believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe in the optimum between freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of choice, and that optimum is tolerance.
Yes, tolerance, respect, and responsibility. Absolutely.
Sara, maybe you have some examples from. It's very interesting what you're saying. Can you give us any examples from like your life or professional experience when you made this choice to, no, I will stick to the good information. I will not pass any bad news, or when you shared this good information and it led some good chain of consequences. Can you give us any example?
I had actually recently shared my opinion about peace in the world in a platform called 100 Words for Peace, where I stated statistics about refugees. And I really think that it's a very important information for people to know. because nowadays we need to raise our voices for peace, no matter who is causing the harm, no matter who the person behind it. But we are seeing the consequences, and the consequences are motivating, or should be motivating our voices to stand out for peace, for living together, for tolerance. So when I shared that, I felt really proud of myself and really proud of the platform itself, because these young people and even elders and even people from all backgrounds are sharing their opinion about peace, and they are sharing it for good. And there are also plenty of examples in my society. Like I usually see some YouTubers in my Algerian society who are sharing technological informations, political informations, who are motivating critical thinking, which really make me feel so proud of them, because they are in a society where they know that critical thinking is a very important skill set, and we really need to provide people with that, or at least create awareness that people, we should be thinking critically about every single situation. We should be thinking creatively in order to build the society of tomorrow. Because the approaches of yesterday are not really working. We need to really create new approaches with creativity, with problem solving skills, with smart thinking, and most importantly, with free thinking.
That's true, absolutely. And the topic which you touched is also, it's a very much important topic, the topic of violence existing in our society and the level of the violence, which is extremely high. And the message that you sent now in your speech was that we people can stop it, because we should speak up, we should speak for peace. And then we decide, each of us decides that there is no more violence in our society. It will stop, it will just stop. We need to unite, and we need to just accept this message in our hearts and act as it. Thank you.
Also, as Sara said, we should actually allow the free of talk, like the free of thought. We're free to share whatever we think. So in as she said, like in our country, as Algerians, as she said, she sees some YouTubers embracing the critical thinking, which is very good, actually very good, and that means that we're embracing the diversity in our country, and that helps the creative society to emerge more and more, being like embracing the diversity.
Yeah, and I truly believe that creative society is a society of ideas. We share ideas, we share probably different ideas, and the difference in thoughts and ideas and probably ways of thinking and ways of and perspective and ways of treating information, that what will make us thrive and improve ourselves. Because probably you may see a perspective of the picture but not the global picture, another perspective will complete the picture, and that's how we are going to develop ourselves as a society.
So true. Totally agree with you, Sarah and Yasmine. That's why actually this is the point of this platform. This is the point of Creative Society project. The first stage is to ask people, don't be silent. Please tell us what you think. If you like the society you live in, or maybe which positive changes you want to do, how you see this, like speak up. If we are, billions of people, we should realize that the world we live in, it could be shaped by us. Like Sarah was saying, like either by us doing something or by us being silent and letting others do it for us. Totally agree with you, ladies. Thanks.
Thank you, girls. So let's touch the second important topic of our conversation today. It's technology. Girls, how do you envision technology in the creative society? Let's just imagine that the creative society is already existing. So describe how you see the technology serving people in the creative society.
Who wants to share, Yasmine?
Yes. Well, as we know that technology it is meant to allow our lives to be easier. Like that's the main purpose of technology. And another major purpose of technology, because we've been in the industrial society, the main purpose of it is to reduce labor, manual labor, or overheads, and simply to advance our lives. That's the main purpose of technology. And if we look at technology and media combined together, we see that social media or informative media, it's like we are connected together through technology and media, both of them together. And we have multiple narratives for the same topic. For example, technology as it's good to serve people nowadays, the use of it is not good. That's how I describe it. The use of technology is misused nowadays. So if technology is used well, that will make creative society emerge. If not, we cannot have it. We cannot have creative society without the good use of technology.
Oh, true.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you mentioned about reducing this unnecessary labor, it's really true. Some countries already, some big corporations, they are already testing 4 hours working day and 4 days a week working hours, and they see that it motivates people more. They're more productive, and it reduces the cost. And some people are afraid, okay, if now we have so many construction laborers, and what they will do if you will remove those working places. But come on, this is what you said, this technology and the economics, it's been misused. The funds are being transferred to wars or to some spying technologies or something like that. If we as a society, we decide to use these funds in another way, then this free time that we will have, we can create new job opportunities. We can create social packages that will allow people to work less and be able to provide for themselves and their family a good living. Totally agree with you.
And here, maybe it's also worth touching the topic of education, that nowadays many people, they don't have access to the high quality of education. This is why they have to choose hard jobs and hard work. And in a creative society, the technology is developed. Education is maybe valuable to everyone. What do you think, girls? What's your opinion?
Sara, maybe you can share
Since you
technology
mentioned,
and education. Yes, please.
I believe that I should start by introducing the interaction between humans and technology. I believe that humans, with their critical thinking, creative, smart, and logical thinking, they develop technology. And technology, with its own way, it's creating a platform for humans to expand their minds, to explore their ideas, and to learn more and more. And if we use technological tools for children, that will make them able to practice every single idea they have, which will make them really expand their spectrum of thinking. And I totally believe that in creative society, we will have technology that is used for protecting the environment, for learning purposes, for health, for providing people with new resources. I totally believe that technology is a human made, and a human is a limitless resource with so many powerful mental capacities, and that will be able to really create. This is by itself a resource. With humans' innovation, we will reach a point of technological development in a creative society, where creative society envision it as a smart city. It is a city with e-government. It is a city with platforms for or maybe mathematical models to optimize the CO2 recycled, or it is really a society. It's really a society with high performance technology used to serve the people, to serve humans, and to serve the environment, and to serve resources in general. And I totally believe as well that in a creative society, we should be really focusing on innovative learning, innovative ways of creating approaches. So we should be really on the approach of problem solving and finding new solutions for every single situation. So with technology, that will make that so easy, because nowadays we have two types of technology, like the ones that is like Yasmine had said, I believe it to be everything that is automated, like routine jobs are going to be automated. And there's also a new, not like a new type, it's the same type of technology, it's being developed, and maybe it has developed. I don't have really reliable information about it, but I totally believe that these kind of technologies are being developed within time. Technology is used to create scenarios for people to be able to make decisions. Technology is used to predict natural disasters. Technology is used to predict economic crisis. So if we use this kind of technology in creative society, we will be having action plans for every single situation that happens. And with our problem solving skills, we'll be able to treat any kind of problems that humanity face. Thank you.
Amazing. Truly,
Thank you,
it's all
Yasmin. Yasmin, sorry, Sergey. Yasmin, did you want to add something about education in the creative
Yes.
society?
Yes, since we mentioned creative society, and then with technology, since we use technology in creative society, I believe that will reduce child labor. And by reducing child labor, we improve education. And that's the main thing. By improving education, we will seek to have a better creative society. So creativity is the main thing. And we can't have creativity without some sacrifices. So basically, I believe that technology, the good use of technology, will allow us to reduce child labor from all over the world, because we see like children working everywhere, like very hard jobs they're doing. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share.
Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you, Sara.
Yeah, guys, it's really difficult. Then just think about it. We are in the 21st century, and we still have child labor in our society. How is it possible? Just think about it. This is just a question to those of our viewers who maybe think that we live already in a happy world, because sometimes we meet opinions that this world is okay, and yeah, this world is okay. In some point, we have technology, we develop, we have education, we have done a lot of progress in medicine. But guys, basic things like child labor, how is it acceptable in our society? We can change it. Let's change it together.
We really should. Yes, Yasmin. Go ahead.
Well, yes, talking about education as well, because that topic really interests me, about how to improve education in our societies. I've read something about a professor, an American professor. I need to recall his name. I think he's Mitchell Ritznick. I'm not sure about the name. He's a professor of learning research. He believes that as the pace of change in the world, as this change in the world, in our society, like our people now are confronted with never-ending stream of uncertain and unpredictable situations, as we're having now. Like, we can't predict any situation right now. He believes that all people should now think more creatively. Like, they need to put creativity at first. With creativity, we can improve anything. So he believes that these in uncertain situations, we need to use creativity that will allow us to deal with these situations. So basically, creativity is the key to everything. And by creativity, we can improve the education.
I would like to add something to what Yasmin had said. Actually, I totally agree with her, and I believe that creativity is the essence of development. And using like creative tools in order to reduce child labor, which will make us reach a society, a more productive society, because children are in creative and innovative learning. They're exploring their ideas. They are playing. They're just living their childhood in a normal way, and they're growing up into like from a world of exploring into a world of creating.
Absolutely.
Amazing point. What about you, Alina? How do you see technology and education in creative society?
Well, I didn't expect you to ask me question, but I think that like a human being, then he or she is born on this planet on Earth, can do a lot of good during his or her lifetime. And development of technologies is a kind of talent. If you have it, that means you should use it to serve people. This is why I believe that all scientists should unite. And in creative society, I imagine that there is like the hub there, all scientists of the world can communicate we are contemporary technologies in order to develop new technologies which can change our world for the better. And I see that in a creative society, a scientist is not serving a particular company or particular commercial interests of few people, but is serving all the humanity. And that a scientist is proud to serve people. And this is how I see it. And of course, education should be free of charge, should be available to every child on this planet. This is like out of discussion because in my childhood, I lived in a country there we all had free of charge education, and it was available to every child. And higher education as well was free of charge. And I know that it gives you a lot of opportunities, but time changed, and nowadays the situation is different, and in many countries people don't have access to the education at all, or in some countries the access to the education costs a lot, and this is not like we have to understand that people with good education is the future of all the society, all the humanity. And so basically in a creative society, education should be provided by the society, and every human being should have an access. And you, Sergey, what about you?
Okay, I was expecting that you might want to ask me also. So while you were speaking, I was thinking also. You know, but actually, Sara and Yasmine, they're giving such a deep answers today that almost it's like there is nothing to add. Like together, we can do a lot if we just rethink. If we start with ourselves, if we speak up, if we don't be silent, if we get together and think together how we step by small steps together as a global like one big family, like a society. If we together decide how we step by step can improve our economic social spheres, and of course what Alina said, if scientists for me in creative society, if we make a change like that, if we will together decide where our funds will go, if scientists will work together, then one day it will be like in in the movie Fifth Element, or even better, like you press on the microwave which dish you want, in within a second you have that dish without need to go to supermarket or something like that. We will have houses that will be built by 3D printers in, I don't know, in a week, or if you wish in a couple of days. If scientists will go deep into learning the physics, or if they will check maybe the Allatra physics report, then it's really possible, like in some Indian books like Vimanika Shastra, it's describing Vimanas, which were flying with different principles of, like, today it might be called anti-gravitation, but it's not fiction. Already we have, if you go to YouTube, already we have prototypes like that. So for me, that's how technology can be in creative society. And of course, if scientists will work together, and if humanity will be like one family, of course, education will be totally different. It will be totally different approach to kids, even adults. If, like Yasmine said, at some point she decided that finance it's not her, so she is free to choose something else. Even if you're 40 years old, 50, 60, or even 70 years old, so you're free to be creative, choose something and explore. That's my vision of technology.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. It's like creativity, not just in education, but in all domains, in all fields, not just education, but like creativity in science, in astronomy, in education, in everything. And that's what creates a creative society.
Yeah, really amazing answers, guys.
You know, Alina, you had said something about scientists, and recently I posted a story. I said, I wish, I pray that one day scientists and high-skilled problem solvers will rule or will lead society. Like, this is my dream, this is my deep wish.
I believe it is absolutely possible. It's just a choice of people. And this is why this project, Creative Society, is so much important for all of us. And thank you very much for the answers you gave us already. And we would like to touch the topic of a creative society. So recently there was an interesting article added on the webpage allatraunites.com. For those who doesn't know, on this webpage you can find detailed information about this project. And you can also join this project. So within this article, you can find 8 foundations of the creative society. So basically, the creative society is based on 8 pillars. And now on the screen, you see them. And today, we would like to discuss with you pillar number 4, which is transparency and openness of information for all. So could you please give your opinion? How do you envision it?
Yasmine, maybe you can share with us.
Yes, I'm sorry, Alina, I might have missed your question.
So it's the question is transparency and openness of information in the creative society for all members of the society. How do you envision it? How do you understand it?
Yes, that actually touches the topic of media and the objectivity of media. So basically, I believe that transparency is the key to the good media. So basically, if we do have transparency in media, that will allow people to be more loyal to the media, and that will help to create a better creative society.
Thank you. Sara, and what about you?
I actually believe that transparency and openness are 2 processes. Transparency is a process that starts from the source of the information to the media, to the people. So all the entire process should be transparent in order to ensure the reliability, in order to ensure that these informations are correct. The second process, I would call it the openness of information. It means that the information are available for all. Every single person, every single individual have access to information, which is very important as well, because in order to, as I said before, to reach people, to motivate, to influence, to make them more like critical thinkers, logical thinkers, creative thinkers, you need to give them the right informations.
Thank you, ladies, for your answers. That's really interesting. And we also have some questions from our viewers who got very inspired by your answers. So we have Victoria Vakulenko. She's asking, girls, thank you so much for inspiring interview. I would like to ask you one question. What can we do to inform all our planet about creative society?
I answer the question.
Yeah, Yasmin, please.
I think the first thing is that we need to start by making the idea of creative society global. We need to, like you are doing, guys, host many people from different countries in order for them to transfer the idea to their communities and society. Second of all, I believe that actions speak louder than words. So we need to really start real projects in every single area. It can be a small project, can be a big project, but the aim of the project is to develop an area of creative society. Like, for example, developing human life, developing transparency and openness to information, and all of the basic foundations of creative society. So projects, they must be concrete, they must be real, and with precise goals to develop a certain area, and they can be implemented in one society and then generalized. And projects in different societies, it depends on the parameters of each society different from the other. So we need to implement the same foundation but in different way, according to the people of their way of thinking, and the I would say probably their environment and from where they inspire their ideas. But basically, I truly believe that it start small and snowball into something big. So we start a simple project and it grows into more and more and more global projects all around the world. And the start of all of this is that we need to emphasize on the idea of creative society. We need to create awareness about it. We can reach it. We can be creative. We can think for ourselves. We can think for our society. We can contribute. And that what really matters is when a person think that he can add value, this thinking within time that will generate some activity and within time proactivity into launching real concrete projects into reaching our goal.
Yes, I
Awesome.
totally agree with you, Sarah. Totally. It's actually a matter of promoting to this idea. Like we should promote for the creativity, like creative society. We also should spread the importance of the creativity itself in so many domains. Like as you mentioned earlier about education, we should make people aware that with creativity we can reach a lot of things. So basically, it's all about promoting for creativity and see what creativity can do in so many fields. As Sarah said, I totally agree. I can't add more. Like that was exactly what I was thinking. Like we can, actions speak louder than words. We should see what creativity can do for our society. So it makes it better, certainly.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Alina, maybe you also see some questions from our viewers.
Yeah,
So-
we have two more questions. So there is a question from Olga Schmidt. What else can we do in order to spread the information of unification and the creative society? So it's kind of the same question, but it's exactly how we can spread.
You mean
Maybe
like
you can maybe think of some tools.
Yes, the biggest, I believe the biggest is the media. We talked about the media. So the media, like the good media, the honest media can actually promote for these kind of things. So when we have like transparency in media, we can promote for this. Like creative society can be promoted through the good media. With raising the voices, like speaking good about the countries of the world. Like we can also talk about the negative sides of not being creative, like what can not creativity do to our societies when we see like child labor, the lack of technology, the lack of education, what all of these can do, so we can avoid them and try to improve them in so many fields. So I believe the tool is the good media.
I actually have linked the two concepts of technology and media, I totally agree about what Yasmine had said. And I believe that due to technology, we can create numeric platforms to spread the idea. And it all starts with an analysis of the situation. As Yasmine said, we can really focus on the current problems of the world, of particular society, and then what are the potential solutions for that using our problem solving skills and our critical thinking. So these kind of platforms, if they're promoted, people will be able also to give their opinion about potential solutions, to give their opinion about problems, to really speak up about their community, which will get them engaged in the community, part of the solution, and also which will make the people who are responsible for launching projects, it can be us, it can be them, they will give them a global, that will give them a global vision of what it is in different societies. Like statistics differ in my, like, I believe that we have global issues, but it differs according to the society and society parameters. This is something that we should really emphasize on, and we should include people in it through these kind of platforms. A platform that gives a voice to the people, a platform that motivates their thinking, and a platform that is really going to step up to launch concrete projects about it. Like, you are not just contributing, but you are contributing in the solution.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Yasmine.
Great tool to contribute into solution. It's not just to talk about it, but really find solutions all together. But first, we need to unite.
Certainly, certainly. That's the most important thing.
And you know, creating a platform will give people the responsibility to share. Like, I see a platform where there are global issues and solutions, I will be really motivated to share my opinion and also to give solutions. So I will share, analyze, and think at the same time, and probably act upon that.
That's a great idea.
Thank you very much. Sara and Yasmine, thank you very much. But I think our today's live conversation is about to finish. So thank you very much for today's amazing conversation. I am sure that our viewers also enjoyed as much as we did. So thank you very much for your also active participation and comments. And the final question to you, Sara and Yasmine, would you like to live in a creative society?
Certainly, we're trying to promote with this. So certainly, I would love to see myself living in a creative society where a lot of current problems don't exist. So yes, certainly.
I actually do too. I would like to live in creative society and be part of creating creative society.
I think you already are, all of us. And you, Alina, would you like to
Yes,
leave?
absolutely. I'm as Sara. I would love to live in a creative society, and I'm absolutely ready to create a creative society. And I absolutely believe that we can build a creative society very quickly.
I'm sure with such active participating ladies, we can do a lot. And I would love to already to see this society that we can create together. And I would love to also live in a creative society.
Yasmine, Sara, thank you so much for the amazing conversation we had today. And for our viewers who would like to participate as a guest in our interviews and Six Handshakes broadcasts, it's very easy to do. You can just type allatraunites.com in the web browser. You enter the web page and you see the red button. And you push the red button, join. You choose your language and you answer a question how you would like to participate, and you leave your details, your contact details for the volunteers of Allatra International Public Movement, so that they could contact you, and all together we can build a creative and constructive society. And for those ones who liked our today's conversation, please don't forget to share it on your networks.
Yes, please use 2 hashtags. hashtag Creative Society, and hashtag Alatra Unites. We have as well a lot of projects that you can participate. We have Alatra Radio. You can also join our live conversations. We have translations, many activities in which you can rediscover yourself again. So join as well our initiative of 6 handshakes. Please pass this information of Creative Society to your friends, relatives, to your colleagues at work, because the sooner we inform as many people as possible that it's really possible already today to live in a better tomorrow, to live in another way in a creative society, the faster we can already start together, step by step, do small improvements in order to create such a society. So thank you very much once again, Sara and Yasmine, and see you all soon on Alatra TV Middle East again.
Yeah, hope to see you soon and your friends as well, and see you as co-hosts. And let me just make a small announcement. So we are looking forward to initiate our broadcasts in Arabic and Hindi language. So please, dear viewers who would like to participate in this project, please get in touch. So we are looking forward for those active volunteers and new volunteers of Alatra International Public Movement who are interested to help us to launch this project. And have a lovely evening, everyone. Thank you, Sergey.
Thank you so much.
Alina. Thank you, ladies.
And once
Thank
again,
you.
Eid Mubarak, Yasmine, Sarah, and all our
Thank you so
viewers.
Eid
much.
Mubarak to all Muslim viewers.